Just you and I.
Sharing our love together.
And Suki, I know in time. We'll build the dreams we treasure. We'll be all right. Just you
and I.
And I
Remember our first embrace.
They can't take the music away
The
from
smile
us.
that was on my face.
The promises that we made.
Ooh. And now
your love is my reward.
and I love you even more than I ever did before.
Hijo de puta, escúchame. Dame respeto o comienza la guerra. Habrá muerte y destrucción. Nadie escapa del dolor. No te hagas pendejo. ¿Qué eliges? ¿Plata o plomo?
Plata, plomo.
That was my I was watching a series on Netflix called Narcos. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yeah.
And, that was my tribute to the Pablo Escobar character on that show.
Plata or plomo. Did you say pendejo? I heard you say.
Yeah, don't act. I told him don't act stupid.
Oh man, you know what that reminded me of? You remember the movie? You ever see the movie Three Amigos?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With Chevy Chase and Steve Martin.
Yeah.
And if the guys are, and they got what's his name, El Jefe. He's like, oh yes, El Jefe. Would you say I have a plethora of weapons? Oh yes, El Guapo, you have a plethora. And he's like, do you even know what a plethora is? So funny. What's up, Philly kid? Listen, look at us on a Monday night, huh? You got me out of my bed to do this show tonight.
Yeah, I had to. My buddy Neil McCoy, one of my favorite musicians of all time, was one of my country legend. I shot him a text. I said, "Hey, buddy, here's what we do. How about coming on the show?" And he's just such a great guy. He said, "Yeah, he'll do it on Monday."
And you know what? You shot him a text. I shot Jay Mattioli a text, a magician that we've had on in the past. He's phenomenal. So now we got another award-winning show out of nowhere. Neil McCoy, Jay Mattioli. It's a special Monday night show. Here we are. You got the Democratic National Convention going on tonight. Who's watching? Anybody watching that? You'll catch the clips. You got to stick with us live, my friends. This is the show. This is the real show. Neil McCoy. You know what my favorite new song is, Philly?
What's that?
He's got his beer goggles on. That's my new favorite song.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Billy's got his beer goggles on. I love that. That's a good tune, man. So yeah, so Neil's going to be joining us in just a few minutes. He's going to be ready to go. Jay Mattioli's coming up at around 8 o'clock. Master Magician. How was your weekend, my friend? Usually we come on Tuesdays, and because Neil's joining us tonight and Monday was good for him, we said, you know what? Here we are. Bingo. Monday night, we're on the air. Yeah,
it's nice weekend. The weather was fantastic. I mean, it was a little warm, but like I'm always doing, more yard work and more sitting around by the pool, drinking toddies and just enjoying my retirement.
Yeah, you Oklahoma guys got it made in the shade. In the Southwest. I mean, what's happened? Everybody's just so relaxed down there. I'm walking around here in the New York area. I got pain in my chest, Phil. I'm so uptight. Everything's stress around here.
Yeah, you gotta find a way to relieve that stress somehow.
Yeah,
some meditation.
You know what? I play pickleball every morning. I told you about pickleball, Phil. You got to get into this game. It's phenomenal. You sweat your brains out, and it's so much fun.
Yeah. pickleball, and a lot of times we have family get-togethers. We play a game called cornhole.
Oh, I love cornhole.
Yeah, cornhole's a good one.
Yeah.
The lawn darts. I don't think you can buy lawn darts anymore.
Lawn darts. I just saw a funny thing on Twitter. There's a site called like something of the 70s, and they put up all these. Somebody put up an old ad yesterday of lawn darts, and this little kid and his sister playing with lawn dart. That could be one of the most dangerous games I've ever seen.
Yeah, and and the reason, part of the reason is because some people are not the brightest, and they had the story of the brothers that would throw the lawn darts to each other, and the game was to catch it, without impaling.
Right, without impaling it through you. Oh, that's great. I saw a sign today online, and I thought it was very apropos, and I figured, before Neil comes on, it would lead us, right into, a perfect song. I saw the sign online. It says, due to COVID, Sweet Caroline is banned. There will be no touching hands, reaching out, touching you, touching me until further notice.
That's awesome.
There you go. There you go. And all I could think of is Sweet Caroline, wah, wah, wah. Good times never seem so good. Come on, they want you and Neil to sing tonight. You got me here. You guys don't need to sing. I'm here, buddy.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
We got a lot of people joining us tonight. A special Monday night edition, Suki and Scott show. Suki, of course. Listen, it's a good thing we're on this early, Phil, or we'd be going head to head with Suki show on TLC tonight at 11 o'clock. Fine Love Live. Suki, who's usually sitting there where Phil is, she's been gone all summer, so Phil's been filling in. The guy's a professional co-host right now. I think this was basically like his broadcasting school, right, Philly?
Yes, it is. And I tell you what, I'm learning a ton, and you want to know why?
Go ahead and say it.
Because I am the student, and the master, which is you, has 7 Emmy Awards to his name.
I hate when you bring it up, but if we got to go there, why not?
Well, what better master to learn from than a master who has 7 Emmys?
Phil, you got a point. When you put it that way, you got a point. This is invaluable learning that's going on here. I mean, if I were to teach a class, this be $300 an hour at least.
Exactly. And, the exercises, Scott and I would do some exercises, by Facebook Live to each other with nobody else watching. And he'll take those 2 Emmys behind him, and he'll hold them and say, wax on, wax off.
Oh, absolutely. But if I was only strong enough to lift them, I would do that.
It's great. Dave, trust me, I appreciate you and all the mentoring.
Listen, are you ready for Mr. Neil McCoy?
Oh man, I've got butterflies in my stomach. I've been listening to Neil McCoy music all day, so yes, let's bring him on.
Man. And listen, you turned me on to Neil McCoy when you were singing his songs on Facebook. You're at you and your 100 million views.
Yeah, my followers love Neil McCoy music.
All right. Well, listen, before we bring Neil in, I want to give everybody a little taste. And I think I found a video that won't get me in trouble with Facebook. Let's get a little taste of Neil before we kick it in. Here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I'll stand and place my hand upon my heart every time her anthem plays. And when I see somebody on TV take their stand on bended knee, whether it's on AstroTurf or grass, I think of those whose freedom was not free, and I say, take a knee, my ass. I'll stand up for the flag, take off my hat for old glory. Valley Forge to Vietnam, 9/11 to Afghanistan. That star-spangled banner does yet wave. I won't forget, I owe a debt of gratitude I never can repay. Arm in arm and side by side, American heroes fought and died, and showing some respect too much to ask. I speak for those whose freedom was not free. I say, take a knee, my ass. I'll stand.
Take a knee, my ass, Phil. Take a knee, my ass.
Yes, yes.
Neil just popped out for a second because he was sharing the show on his page, and I think he lost his connection. So he's popping. He should be popping back in any second.
Okay.
So we'll give him a moment to pop back in. But boy, oh boy, we got a lot of folks joining in tonight, Phil. This is where we get you and Neil together, and we set up a little duet action.
We can do it, man. We can do it.
Let's see. So it keeps saying device not connected. I see him down there. Let me see if I could tell him to try and connect again.
I think he said he was going to come from his.
He was on his phone in his truck. I could see him. He was just up there. But we'll get him back in. Until then, my friend, let me show you one more thing here. Another sign. Please don't flush nappies, sanitary towels, paper towels, gum, old phones, unpaid bills, junk mail, your ex's sweater, hopes, dreams, or goldfish down the toilet. That's a great toilet sign. And I got good news for you. I got really good news for you. Beer is made from hops. Hops are plants. Therefore, beer is salad.
It makes sense to me.
Here is a if 2020 was toilet paper, it'd be a Parmesan cheese grater. That wouldn't feel good on your butt. And I would say I was responsible for this, but I can't take the responsibility on that one. On parking, somebody screwed up. Let's get Neil McCoy in here, ladies and gentlemen. There he is.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
There he is. Hey, Neil, how you doing?
How you guys doing? I'm good.
Doing
Y'all okay?
awesome. Yeah, doing awesome. Doing awesome.
Neil, do me a favor. Take your phone, turn it sideways.
Turn this way.
There you go, my friend. Look at you. Now you're full screen.
Oh my gosh, it's scary now.
Good. I think because I said to share the show, it kind of threw you off the page, right?
It must have, because everything went crazy for a minute, but I wasn't sure what to do, so I just kept goofing around until I found you again.
Good to see you, my man. How's it going? Listen, Phil, I know you met once before. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you on, bud.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here. I appreciate that little clip of my song you played a while ago. I wasn't sure where everybody stood on that thing, but I appreciate you playing that. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, man, that's one of our favorites. Hey, I got to tell you, I met you years ago. I know you won't remember because you meet so many people in all your travels, but I met you years ago. You came to play Oklahoma City at the rodeo at the State Fair.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And there was a group of us police officers standing around. We were working the fair that day. Well, you were coming by to go out to do your show there in the arena, and you stopped and said, "Hey, fellas, I appreciate what you guys are doing." And you shook everyone. There's about 7 of us. You shook all of our hands and said, "I appreciate what you're doing." And I was already a Neil McCoy fan, but after that, you shook our hands and we watched the show, and I was hooked for life then, buddy. I was hooked for life.
Man, I appreciate you saying that. I remember who we were playing with that day, and they were kind of a jerk, so it made it easier for me to win you over.
Neil,
we won't mention any names.
I got to tell you, bud, I've been listening to some of your songs all day, and Phil turned me on to your music. Now I'm a country fan. I like the Tim McGraws and the Zach Brown bands and all those guys. And now I'm a huge fan of yours. I was reading up about you. My new favorite country song is Billy's Got His Beer Goggles On. I love that thing.
I appreciate it, Scott. That that was my last attempt at having a hit record. I'll make this as quick as I can. It is a great song. I got cut from all the record labels probably late 90s. And so I opened my own record label in about 2002 or 2003. And I love all the other people that can't get signed to record deals because they all lie about what they do, because they'll say, hey, how come you opened your own record label? They'll say, well, I wanted to do my own thing, and they just weren't giving me the freedom. In reality, they couldn't get another record deal, and I couldn't either. So I just opened my own label. And that's we released Billy's Got His Beer Goggles on off of that label, and it was a big hit for us. Unfortunately, it wasn't big enough that it kept us going, but we had a pretty good run with it.
But I love how you had Rob Schneider in the video. That made me laugh because he's like the perfect guy to have in that video.
There's a great story behind that. We were on a USO tour in 2002 together, and I had just 2003, and I just finished with the album, finished with the song, and since it was my record label, I decided that was going to be our single. So I told Rob I think we're in Afghanistan, and I said, Rob, I know this is kind of a crazy question, but would you ever be in a music video of mine? He said, well, and he's probably going, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. We haven't known each other that long. And he said, yeah, what you got going on? He's kind of getting me trying to explain to me. He said, what's the name of the song? I said, Billy's Got His Beer Goggles On. And I said, I don't know if anybody would make a better Billy than you. And he said, you got it. And I brought it over there with me because I just recorded it and been listening to it. So we're going to make some changes. And I played it for him. He said, yeah, I would love to do that. And the cooler thing about it, Scott, is that, and Phil, the cooler thing about it is because I've been that guy that said, when somebody says, hey, you want to do something? Yeah. Oh yeah, man, count me in. He even did it when we got back to the States and I called him. He came and did it. So it was fantastic.
Yeah, that also reminds me, you mentioned those USO tours. I think that's part of the draw for a lot of people as well is, not only are you such a great country music artist, but I mean, you're a true American as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you support our troops. You've got how many USO tours did you do? 15, 16, something like that?
About 16 USO tours. Yes, sir, been to, and stop me if I start bragging, but that is something I really like to brag about. I've been to Iraq 7 times, Afghanistan a few times, Pakistan, Bosnia, Italy, Hungary, a bunch of different places around the world, and it's just it just lights your heart up. Anytime I do an interview and somebody says, what's your favorite place to play? I got to say any of those shows that we did for our troops, because they're just so appreciative, and it just fills your heart up. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I really, as a veteran myself, and on behalf of our troops and veterans, and I know you hear this, you've heard it a lot, but I'll tell you once again, thank you so much for supporting us. I mean, it means the world. Yeah. It means the world.
You're welcome. I appreciate you saying that. And guys, I know because y'all have your own camera that you're looking into, and I do my own thing on my phone every morning, but I always hold it the other way. So when you turn this way, I don't even know where to look, and then when I look, I know my eyes are, I don't need any help being cross-eyed any more than I am. So I'm not exactly sure where to even look. So if it looks like I'm just looking around, I am, just so I'll make sure and get y'all in there.
No,
somewhere.
You're good.
That's all right.
In general, you're all right.
You got it, Neil. It looks fine, man. Listen, I'm curious because I was reading about you today, and it says, your mom was a Filipino American, your dad was Irish, and you had a nice little variety of music around your house when you were a kid. What made you turn to country? What turned you on about country music?
Well, I tell you the truth, Scott, I got a break in it. Up until I got married in 1980. In 1981, I won a contest. I found out about a contest in Dallas, and it was a country music contest. And I'm going to tell you, I was a music snob. I was not a country music guy. I thought anybody can sing that. It's 3 chords. Its lyrics are simple. It's cheating and drinking, and anybody can sing it. I ain't listening to that. So I found out about this contest, and up until that time, I was singing Luther Vandross and Peebo Bryson and James Ingram, Jeffrey Osborne, that kind of stuff. I was an R&B guy, and so I fancied myself as, oh my gosh, how would I stoop down and sing country music? Well, I found out about a country music contest in Dallas. I go up and enter in 1981. Through that contest, I met Charlie Pride. He took me under his wing and said, I'd like to manage you, my booking management agency, and even take you on the road with me a little bit. What do you think about that? And I was thinking, okay. At least I wasn't a sharpest tool in the shed, but I was smart enough to know when a superstar and a legend gave me an opportunity to get my foot into somewhere. I took it
Yeah.
and I ran with it. And needless to say, after that, Scott and Phil, I started listening to more country music. Because I thought those guys don't have any vocal ranges or nothing. And then I listened to Conway Twitty and Haggard and those guys and George Jones that were singing at the bottom to the top. And I thought, boy, I have just been missing the boat all my life. And so when I finally started listening to it, and then Charlie Pride, I just thought I got to get into this, and I did. I'm glad I did. But I still am fortunate enough, because we had some hits in the 90s. I talk a lot, just stop me. I still get to go out and do shows and still every once in a while go into Earth, Wind, and Fire or KC and the Sunshine Band or any stuff like that. So we still interject all that kind of stuff in our shows.
Hey, hey, trust me, we're glad you got into it. And hey, Scott, you know, Neil does a show almost every day called Just Talking for his fans. And I was worried that this was going to conflict and he might not be able to do this, but I mean, he worked it out for us, and hey, we all appreciate it. We sure do.
Man,
Neil,
you're welcome. And go ahead, Scott.
No, you finish. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, I watched a little bit of y'all. I was just clicking on y'all and catching, and y'all sing all the time. And Philip, you sing great. Scott, you sing a lot. I appreciate that.
I just get you sing a lot. That's it.
Well, no,
Neil,
you're not
Neil,
bad.
don't make me put these on, Neil, because I'll belt it out.
But I will tell y'all, I heard y'all doing Manilow the other day, and I absolutely am a huge Barry Manilow fan. And when I was in high school and I had a date, I knew every lyric to every Barry Manilow song, every breath, every phrase, every stop. So when y'all were singing, I think y'all were singing Mandy and a couple other things.
Yeah,
I was just singing right along with you. I thought, oh my gosh, that's fantastic. And you did a great job, Scott.
Well, thank you. I have awards for singing, Neil.
I believe it.
Well, listen, I got so many people around here right now. Everybody's dying to just could do me a favor. Give me like 30 seconds of your favorite Manilow tune.
Oh my gosh. Well, Mandy was a good one. There was an old one. She's a great little housewife. Sometimes she talks like a fool. You may not even know that one. That was from the ferry. But I'll tell you, I gave you a quick story, 30 seconds. I did a TV show with Barry Manilow. He came to Nashville and filmed Manilow Goes Country. It was I think it was a pay-per-view kind of thing. And I'm not a Nashville person. I didn't live there, so I get left out of a lot of stuff. But somebody found out my passion for it. They got me on there, and we sang "It's a Miracle, a True Blue Spectacle, a Miracle Come True." But I was sitting with him on his piano stool when we took a commercial break. And I said, "Mr. Manilow," and he said, "Call me Barry." I said, "Yes, sir." And we were just us two. I sat on his piano stool with him. We were waiting on the commercial to come back. And I said, "Is there any way I could sing a verse chorus of This One's For You with you if you played it? Could I sing it?" And he said, "Sure." He started playing, and I sang, "This one will never sell, they'll never understand. I don't even sing it well. I try, but I just can't. But I sing it every night, and I fight to keep it in, 'cause this one's for you. This one's for," and then we got to the chorus. "This one's for you, wherever you are." And we sang that whole chorus. And we came back from commercial, and I just went, "Y'all have to excuse me. I'm thinking to have a cigarette." That was the greatest thing I ever was part of. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic.
Oh man, that's unbelievable.
Good
Well,
story.
listen, I want to provide that same excitement from my guy Phil right now, because he's got fans all over this world, just like you do.
I know.
And I know he's a huge Neil McCoy fan, and I need you guys to get. Everybody's asking for it right now. Like a 30-second, 45-second duet of something. Phil, you pick it, something that you know well. And you guys just, it might be a little on delay here, but we'll try and make it sound as good as possible.
Some men are attracted to a pair of big blue eyes. It takes a pretty face just to make their temperature rise. Well, looks aren't that important, just icing on the cake. And what really turns me on is the shake. Take it.
Shake it to the left, shake it to the right. Come on, baby, you know what I like. Shake it real funky, shake it real low. Shake it till you can't shake it no more. It's a natural attraction. Hey, Mother Nature wouldn't make a mistake. What really turns me on is the shake. Yeah, man.
That's awesome, man. I got to do a duet with my hero, Neil McCoy. That's
That's kind of you. Thank you.
That's
Neil,
another
that's
check
great,
mark
buddy.
on my bucket list.
Neil,
I appreciate it, Phil.
couple quick things. I know you said like, you know, James Ingram, a couple of those guys. Who are your musical idols growing up?
Michael Jackson.
MJ, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I was the same age. I was born July the 30th, 1958. Michael Jackson, August the 29th, 1958. So we were very close to the same age. So when I was growing up in Jacksonville, Texas, and watching American Bandstand, when he was singing with the Jackson Five, he was about 10, and I was watching him. I loved Bandstand, and he was singing ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. I was thinking, and he was dancing. I thought, I can do that. I can do that. And if I do that well enough, I won't have to do homework or any of that mess. I didn't do it that well, but I really liked it.
Wait, your birthday's August 29th, you said?
No, that's Michael Jackson's. Mine's July the 30th, 1958.
Oh, July
We're less than a month
30th.
apart. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
sir.
fine, man. Michael Jackson, unbelievable.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
And Manilow.
And Manilow. Well, listen, we all love Manilow. You can't throw him out the door.
Can't help it.
Hey, I got to mention this. I got to mention this too, Neil. To all my followers out there who may not really know who you are, which I can't really see that happening. But I got to tell people that, you know, being the patriotic person that you are, that every morning you get up and you say the Pledge of Allegiance on your page and you broadcast it, and you've done that for how many consecutive days now?
1,684 straight days. That is 4 years, 7 months, and 2 or 3 weeks, something like that.
Nice. Now, what made you start doing that?
You know, it's a lot. I started it when they were starting the presidential race for 2016.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans had about 12 folks. The Democrats had 3 or 4 or 5 folks. And they were starting to go back. I started on January the 7th. So they were just trying to figure out who everybody was going to nominate as their guy to run. And they were going back and forth and starting all the stuff. And my mom was sick, had started to become sick with Alzheimer's. And just putting it all together. She had always told us, and I know Scott said my mom was a Filipino American, and that's true. She lived in America the last 60 years of her life, but she was born and raised in Manila, the second oldest of 18 kids.
Wow.
And so she grew up in a tough time. She was 13 when the Japanese occupied Manila during World War II. So she saw a lot of death, destruction, and she loved the United States of America. And my father met her over there. When he thought he was going to get shipped to Korea, last second, because of his engineering surveying degree, they sent him to the Philippines. He met my mother, married her, and moved her to the United States of America. But she always instilled in us kids. I'm the youngest of 3 kids. She always told us at a young age, she said, you know, you kids ought to be grateful of the country you're born and raised and get to live every day in, because other people around the world are not near so fortunate. So she used to tell us that as children, and, you know, we'd go, yeah, okay, Mom, whatever. And then as she started to become sick, and I started to watch more of what was going on in television, I've always been into everything. I just thought, you know, the thing I can do and that we should all do is pledge allegiance to the United States of America. It may not be exactly run the way you should think it should be run or what's going on in the country, but it's still the greatest country on earth, and you should pledge your allegiance to it. And that's when I started, and Mom died probably a year and a half after I started into it, and I just thought, well, and then my dad died about a year after that, and I just thought, well, I'm not quitting this. They instilled it in me. So
Yeah.
So it's something I brag on, but really in reality, it just means that I haven't slept in 4 years and 7 months. So if I look tired.
Hey, I gotta ask you a favor, Neil. I gotta ask you a favor. Could you do
Yes, sir.
20, 30 seconds of Then You Can Tell Me Goodbye? That's one of the most beautiful.
Kiss me each morning for a million years. Hold me each evening by your side. Tell me you love me for a million years. Then if it don't work out, then you can tell me goodbye.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Nice. Beautiful. I love that song. Hey, I got
Phil, give me 20 seconds of that same song. Let me hear it. Come on.
Sweeten my coffee with a morning kiss. Soften my dreams with your sighs. Tell me you'll love me for a million years. Then if it don't work out, then you can tell me goodbye. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Philip.
Neil, he's got to be able to open up somewhere for you in the near future, no?
Open up as many viewers he got, I'll open up.
Hey, let me ask you this, Neil. So
Yes,
what is your touring schedule look like? I'm sure it's pushed back like everybody else's is.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly, Philip. I appreciate that. From the start of March, when we got our first 2 shows in, the first weekend of March, until the end of August, we are going to have had 3 shows, and we will have missed a little over 50 shows.
Wow.
So,
it hurts.
Yeah, that's too bad. And, yeah, it hurts you, I know, because you love to perform. I mean, you said you were born in 58, so but I talked to you and I watch you on Just Talking a lot, and buddy, I tell you what, your energy level is up there like you're still a kid, and I know you don't look like you're slowing down anytime soon.
Well, I'm only had to slow down because of COVID, but it hadn't slowed me down. And luckily, I got a little ranch down here, and I've been able to get out and mess with these horses and cows, and kept me going. Or else I would have lost my mind. Plus, I'd had to be home with my wife for the last 6 straight months. OMG. I hope she's not watching. That's just a joke.
Neil, let me just say, this one's for you wherever you are.
Yeah. To say that nothing's been the same since we've been apart. This one's to say that all I can do is hope that you will hear me sing, 'cause this one's for you. Oh,
I love it.
Oh man,
Neil McCoy, you are a legend, my friend. You're a legend.
Oh, thanks, guys. That's awfully kind of y'all to take the time and invite me to be on here with y'all. I know y'all got a lot going on. I know you got a great magician coming on, and I apologize. My 4th grade grandson has just started tackle football.
Oh,
so I got to go watch him when we're done here.
Beautiful. Enjoy that, Neil. Neil, listen, we got to have you back on. Once things kick in, I want to know where you are, where you're touring, and Phil and I got to come see. I want to come watch him, open up for you one of these days.
Yes, sir. I would love that. Scott, tell Suki I enjoy the show, and I appreciate her acting like she's got something to do tonight so Phil could be on here.
She's pretending.
Yeah. I know she's got the show on TLC. We could have the show Found Love Live, because we're both
Found Love Live. Yeah. There's got to be 3 women out there for us somewhere. I know that.
I better hang on to the one I got.
Neil, thank you, buddy. We love you, pal.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Thank you, Phil. Okay.
We'll see you later.
No, that was great.
Great guy, man.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
Really, just a treasure. Here, you want to see what just walked into my room? Come here, take a look at this. This is my daughter. Just walked into my room. Get over here. Come here. This is what. This is why I got off to the side. What are you doing? You got a beard, a dimple. Come here. Show everybody one more time. My kid just had knee surgery on Wednesday.
Oh my gosh!
A big lump removed from her knee that she had forever, and she's already playing the piano again. Believe it or not.
Sweet.
But yeah, that was, boy, I'll tell you what, that was amazing. Everybody loves Neil. Boy, I couldn't even. I didn't. There was so many comments that came up on the page. I didn't even want to put them all up, but boy, he is a well-loved young man. I could tell you that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, and if you want to listen to Neil McCoy music, go to whatever streaming sources you use, download his music, and you'll be dancing and swaying for the next couple of weeks. I promise you.
Yeah. What a great guy. Listen, are you ready for a little magic of Jay Mattioli?
I love magic.
All right, let's bring hold on, let me get rid of this thing right here. Let's bring Jay back in. Jay, baby.
Suki, what happened to your hair? Your beautiful hair, Suki. Phil, hey Phil, I brought some money for you, Phil. Okay, I'm just.
That's what money does in my pocket.
It's mandatory magic jargon. Did you know this is what's left of my government stimulus check?
That's all you got left, huh, bud?
Yeah, and they were pushing for a new stimulus, and right when I was down to the last dollar, they said, "Let's take a 15-day vacation." I did the math, guys. I did the math. 15 days, 6 cents per day. I could stretch this
Oh, nice.
for the next 15 days.
Nice.
Hey,
Put it all in one place.
Listen, man, last time we had you on, you were on months ago, right? And things
I was a baby.
you
when
were just a baby then. You were a great entertainer. I said we were going to have you back. Things were shut down. You weren't doing anything, but I know you've been pretty busy on the digital side, right?
Yo, this weekend I did my 60th virtual magic show.
Wow.
I've been doing these things for private events, parties, schools, community events, corporate bring your kids to work events. So it's been something. I'm not saying it's something great, but it's been something, a little way to spread the cheer and to keep the wheels moving there. So I'm thankful for that.
Great, bud. And Phil, just so you know, Phil and I both had the same haircut as you back in January.
Before you started doing this.
Yeah.
Things got pretty good. Hey, Scott, you had your daughter in the background there, and I thought maybe somehow we could remotely get her involved as well. Is she still around?
Oh no, she went up already.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. We'll use your surrogate son, Phil. Hey,
Yeah.
Phil, this is our first time meeting. Nice meeting you, Phil. We're gonna do some magic. I think the core of magic is to remind everyone what it's like to be young, to believe that anything is possible. Correct?
Yes,
Phil, we're gonna do some magic with this $1 bill. Hopefully, remind you what it's like to be a little kiddo. Phil, I need a date. You don't even have to tell me why it's significant. Give me any calendar date that is significant to you. We're gonna do something cool with this $1 bill and that date.
Okay, do you want August 26th?
August 26th. So that will be 8/26. Now, some people would claim that the serial number on the $1 bill is what identifies it, but I think there's nothing more better to identify that date than, or identify the $1 bill than the date that you just randomly gave me, Phil. Now, speaking of reminding folks what it's like to be a little kid, back when I was a little kid, I used to perform magic on my little junior magician stage. I would borrow objects from my siblings. I have a brother and a sister, and also my mom and dad, and I would do magic with their objects. Some of that magic looked like me taking a magic wand, borrowing a $1 bill from my older brother, tapping it. Phil, blow through the camera, blow on the face. You didn't have to spit. That's totally fine. Look, the $1 bill vanishes into thin air. The $1 bill with the 8/26 written on it has vanished. Phil, take a look in the palm of your hand. Look what's in your hand. Is that? That's not it. That's not. There's nothing in your hand.
I would have freaked out.
Scott would have had a heart attack. That would have been a good. I can't do that, guys. I'm doing magic in front of a computer screen. Let's get real.
Look though.
Listen, I said this is all about what it's like to be a kid. In addition to being a kid and borrowing $1 bills, I used to borrow toys from my siblings. So we're gonna do some magic right now, randomly. Well, I actually borrowed these from my own kids. I've got some crayons in my hand. Scott, let's get you involved. I've got some crayons in my right hand, crayons in my left hand. Pick a hand, right or left?
Left.
Left. Right is left. Listen, I've got green, yellow, blue. Pick 2 of them. Green, yellow, blue. Pick only 2.
Let's go blue, yellow.
Pick 1.
Let's go blue.
Scott, I'm going to keep this yellow crayon right over here on my side. Phil, last but not least, I know we're going to get the tears going. We're going to get the tears going. It's the old Toys R Us catalog. The internet ruins everything for everyone.
Where did they go?
There's all kinds of toys here. Xbox One, My Little Pony, Hot Wheels. I think all ages would recognize at least one. A flamethrower. You see the smile on that.
I had that.
Justin Bieber head Barbie doll. Phil likes that one. That's really fun. Listen, there's probably about 13 or 14 different toys here. As I'm flipping through, I'm not even going to look. You don't even look. Scott, loud voice, say stop while I'm flipping through anytime you like.
Stop.
Oh, what'd you get me? RC helicopter. What does that mean, RC helicopter? Well, the only thing I can think that it means is if you watch very closely. When I was a little boy, I said that I like to do magic, but I had a little bit of help doing that magic. I told you I had an older brother and an older sister. Well, I would do some magic on this little stage, and when my older brother wasn't looking, I would do magic with his toys. He would never let his younger brother play with those toys, but I'd like to show you what my favorite magic trick looked like. Now, you can see there is nothing on the side or below this little platform. Whatever you do, do not look away. That's a real remote control helicopter!
Holy mother of pearl. Where'd that come from?
Not only is that helicopter a remote control helicopter that you stopped me on, it's the color yellow, the yellow crayon that you stopped me on. Last but not least, hey, Phil, I don't know if you noticed, there's also a yellow little bag attached to the back.
Oh, you know what's in there, Phil.
It's a diamond ring. It's not. I'm a magician. I don't have diamond rings. But if you take a close look, that bag is tied up. It's super tied up, super tight too. So give me just a second to kind of take all this tying all off of it. Look, look, look at no tricky moves. Look, 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 look. I'll reach inside that bag, and inside that bag is a folded up dollar bill. It is a $1 bill, but if you look very closely, it's a very special $1 bill because it's got your date that I wrote on it in orange marker, 8/26, and the crowd goes wild.
Nice. Awesome. Awesome.
That is unbelievable, man.
This is all I do all day, all night in front of my computer screen.
Jay, now I'm thinking I wish I would have stopped on the flamethrower.
Stop on the flamethrower. That would have been a good one, but too bad you didn't stop there.
Oh man, that's good stuff, bud. Where can the folks find you for these digital shows?
They can find me at Mattioli.com. Listen to this. I had a whole bunch of gigs before the craziness at a bunch of county fairs, state fairs, cruise ships. And so listen to this. A couple months back before the craziness happened, I had 1,000 of these printed. It's a magic DVD. It's me on there teaching anyone, all ages, over an hour of stuff.
Really?
Stuff that people can do at home. So I printed over 1,000 of these, and then I decided to stay home for the remainder of the year. So if you'd like to get one, free shipping on my website. Wow. In fact, I took a few bucks off of the price of the DVD, and I ship it for free anywhere in the USA. You could find me on my website, jmattioli.com.
Wow. So that's an hour's worth?
It's over an hour's worth. It's stuff of me doing magic on cruise ships. Part of it is just like performance, just fun stuff. It's meant for when people see me do a show. It's like a souvenir. You could show your friends and family some of the things I might have done at the show.
Right.
And then there's a big section on, I teach you some easy things you can do that are impressive little things, and especially fun for kids that are kind of stuck at home. And I know parents, I'm a parent, I got a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and every day we're pulling our hairs out. What do we do with these kids? So this might be something to occupy an hour, might be worth your while. So
you have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old?
I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old.
I thought you were in college, for God's
You
sake.
coughed. You coughed.
Bird feathers. I have bird feathers in my mouth.
Bird feather.
Jay, man, that's great.
But listen, magic is one of those things that it's kind of, I think almost everyone can relate to, because I really do believe that if you believe, the magician who's performing the magic, part of it is for you to believe, and if you believe, everyone else will believe. Like,
Absolutely.
you guys believe that helicopter just flew in. In fact, Scott, I believe that you could do magic right now. Obviously, you're a professional broadcaster, but the rest of the world has been watching newscasters on the internet, on television.
Yeah.
They always sound good. They always sound like they planned everything they said. Scott, do you plan this all word for word, what you're saying tonight?
Everything is just us hanging out.
It's just you hanging out. But for the regular people, we feel intimidated, right? Well, here, I'm going to give an example. Phil, I'm going to pretend you're a regular people. Phil, you're going to do some magic on Scott right now. And the simple way you're going to do it is simply by reading some cue cards. Right through the screen. You read the cue cards. Just read them in your best magician-y voice. And I bet if you believe, you'll be able to read these cue cards and do a simple magic trick to Scott right now. Phil, are you down?
I'm down.
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Phil. Here we go, Phil. You know how this works.
Hello, everybody.
Broadcaster voice.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the amazing Phil.
The Magnificent.
Phil the Magnificent.
How creative.
The second best magician in the world. Who's the first? I will present for you the most amazing trick ever.
Ooh.
Comes over the crowd.
Over the crowd.
For this, I will need a volunteer. So let me choose someone. Do not all rush up here at once.
Look at Scott. He's about to have a heart attack. Just pick Scott. Okay, very good. Scott,
how about you, young man?
Man, let's pretend it's you. Okay, here we go. Phil, you are now speaking to Scott.
What is your name?
My name is Scott, sir.
I knew that.
You're a mentalist also.
Okay, Scott, please think of any playing card.
I'm going to write it down. Okay.
Well, even better.
For the first time, name your card.
8 of spades.
Amazing. I knew you would name that card.
You did?
You don't believe me?
No.
I don't think so.
Allow me to prove it. Earlier on today, I had this funny feeling.
I think that's called gas.
About one special card. And I placed it inside an envelope.
What envelope?
This one.
Don't even tell me there's a
Listen. Honestly, Phil, there's no way that you knew that we were going to see each other tonight. Scott, there's no way that you knew that Phil was going to do magic with you tonight.
No.
That Phil was going to be the magician tonight.
No.
But, Scott, what was and you said you wrote it down. What was the card that you wrote down?
I wrote down the 8 of spades, my friend.
If this is the 8 of spades inside this envelope, I think you will hear, whoa, the crowd go wild.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
And they go bananas.
Jay, is there somebody under there? What's going on?
I have an elf underneath here with a whole deck of cards just shoving.
Phil, that was amazing. You're unbelievable.
That was good. That was awesome.
Tell my wife.
Oh. Yeah, Jesus.
My wife, my cousin, and my mother and father-in-law are 6 feet behind the computer,
Oh, are they?
drinking wine and heckling me.
Dude, that was some good stuff, man.
Listen, it's all about fun doing these virtual shows. It really has. Listen, I think I said it the last time I was here. If you would have told me at the beginning to do magic on a screen, people will just be like, it's stupid. It's on a screen. It could be anything.
It works.
It works, and it's more it becomes more than the magic trick. It becomes us all socializing. We're all hanging out, goofing around, blah, 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 and it's not perfect. Things go wrong. I drop things, it's not perfect. It makes it like it's kind of like real life, I mean, this is real. This is on the fly. And it also gives a purpose of us to gather and get together when we know we're not supposed to be getting together,
Well, I'll tell you what, Jay. Everybody lighting us up right now. They love your magic. They love your hair. All the women love your hair. Tell your wife that.
You crumble up. You crumble up a little Viagra, sprinkle it with water, put it in a spritzer.
Boom.
Listen, I think Phil and I have the same barber.
Yeah, I go in for a polish every 2 weeks.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Good stuff. Jay, man, listen, the best. I want you to come back soon. And, I know you've been busy. I want you to come back sooner rather than later.
I will. Hey, listen, I don't want to blow the whole thing on one shot. So I'm saving it up and I'm pretending I'm busy. So when you call, give me a few weeks.
You can't be too available.
Can't be too available. That's part of showbiz baloney.
I got a lot of folks writing in that you got some new followers up here. They're all going over to your page, jmattioli.com, right there at the bottom of the page, my friends.
There you go. I appreciate it, Scott. I mean, I've been doing a lot of shows. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm in the car driving and visiting people in person, different towns, different cities. But I have a show coming up in a couple of weeks for a family in Japan.
Wow.
I couldn't do a show, a private party for 24 people,
of course,
in Japan before, but now we can,
And do they when you're doing the magic, do they understand what you're saying? Like they speak English?
Well, sure. And when I say I'm doing for Japan, there's family members all over the world, and part of the family is in Japan. I've done some shows with family in the Middle East.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm still speaking English, but magic is also a universal art. Just like most art, it's very universal. So even if you don't understand quite of the words, it's very visual. And the common denominator is when people smile. And the great thing about these virtual shows and these talk shows, you can see people smiling. And then if people want to type and leave messages in the chat, but for the three of us here, we can all see us giggling, reacting. That's universal. That's universal. So
awesome.
I could watch, magicians, mentalists, illusionists. I could watch it all night long. I love it. I just love it.
You're a child, Scott.
I'm a child.
In a man's body.
That's true.
And I'm a man stuck in a child's body.
Child's body.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, you're the man, buddy. Thank you so much, pal.
Hey, have a good night, guys. Thank you for inviting me, Scott. I'll be back. I'll be back. Just ask me. I'll be back.
We're gonna do an all magic week, bud, and you're coming back.
Oh God.
For a week, magic
for a week of magic.
Suki better get the approval on that before.
Yeah, I'll make sure she approves that thing. Thank you, my friend.
No sweat. Have a good night, guys. Thanks.
All right, bud.
Thank you.
How great. And Phil, how'd you pull off that trick? Jesus.
There's some things that, us magicians just don't talk about.
I know. You're not going to tell me how you did that, are you?
No.
Unbelievable. What a night, huh? Wow. Neil McCoy, Jay with the magic. Holy cow, man. That was some good
stuff. Wow. Yeah.
Listen, all I know is my goal tonight was to have you just go back and forth with Neil on one song, and we got it done.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I've been wanting to do that for a long, long time. We've come a long way since, I think that was like 1995 when I saw him at his show and he shook our hands. So it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, and a lot of folks are writing in, but maybe they got here a little later. Did I miss Neil? Did I miss Neil? So Neil was on. The show stays up on our page. Phil, if you want, you can cut out that part of you singing with Neil, put it on your page, and we'll just if you missed it, you could. It's the beauty of digital technology. Just scroll back and you can catch the whole thing.
That's right. It's I know it's going to be on my page. It's on both my pages. It's going to be on the Suki and Scott page. So yeah, just go to the show, hit play, and you guys can watch it all over again.
A lot of folks saying we need Phil to sing now. So this is a special Monday night show. So here's the deal, Phil. So we're on tonight. We're on tomorrow.
Mhm.
The show is off then for the rest of the week because I'm not going to be around.
Right.
I'm be taking my kid back to college Wednesday, Thursday. Rented this big old pickup truck, so I'm going to look like one of you Oklahoma boys in a big pickup truck. And then we're we'll be back the following Tuesday. If something comes up, we can always do a pop-up show. I've got a few big celebrity guests we're working on. So if they pop in, maybe we just we come up with a show. But for right now, it's just tomorrow night, and then we're off for a couple days, and then we'll be back, and we'll just keep going, my friend. We keep going. The lockdown's still happening. People still affected by this COVID thing, and even though things have loosened up, there's nowhere to go. You know what I mean? There's no real place to go. Everything's still so dangerous, and you don't want to catch anything. And this is the safest way to do it and have some fun.
Exactly. People stay home. That's what I do. I stay home unless we just have to go out and buy food, which you got to do. I mean, we stay home. So stay home if you can and watch the Suki and Scott show.
By the way, Neil McCoy got me as soon as he started singing that Barry Manilow stuff. That was unbelievable.
If people go and check out his show, Just Talking, it's on Facebook almost every night.
Yeah.
And that guy is like a walking encyclopedia of song lyrics. And because he doesn't just sing Neil McCoy music, he'll bust out into Barry Manilow, all the other ones that he was talking about. And he knows a million songs.
And I didn't want to get into any politics with him, but you could tell he's a patriot and a lover of this country. And I just didn't want to get him going on anything too crazy.
Well, he was wondering about that very video, and he said he wasn't going to bring it up. And then you opened the show with it, which I thought was awesome.
Oh, was it Take a Knee My Ass?
Yeah.
I love it. I just love the name of the song. That was great. All right, my man. Listen, you want to sing up a little bit?
Yeah, I do. And to keep this Neil McCoy, it's basically tribute night for Neil McCoy. So we'll start off with one of his.
Go ahead, my friend.
If I was a drinking man, like I used to be, I'd get myself a bottle and you'd be history. You made me a thinking man when you walked out. If I was a drinking man, I wouldn't need you now. I've learned to live without you one day at a time, even though you're always on my mind. There's a bar around the corner if I wanted to forget, but I ain't giving up on our love yet. If I was a drinking man, like I used to be, I'd get myself a bottle and you'd be history.
Good stuff.
Oh man,
Good
Neil
stuff.
McCoy music. Hey, people, go and download some Neil McCoy music, and trust me, you're not going to be disappointed.
He's good, man. He is good. All right, let's round this out, bud. Let's round this out. I got some commitments coming up a little later on, close to 9 o'clock. So we got time for like a couple songs. What do you want to do? Do we go 80s this time? Because we usually like deep into the 70s.
Let's see. Yeah, I know some 80s. Let's see.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane, two American kids growing up in the heartland. Jackie gonna be a football star. Diane debutante backseat of Jackie's car. A singing. Oh yeah, life goes on. Philly, take it.
Long after the thrill is gone. Oh yeah, said life goes on. Long after the thrill of living is gone.
So let it rock. Let it roll. Let the Bible belt come and save my soul. Somebody wants you to sing Kid Rock. Connie wants you to sing Kid Rock. You know any Kid Rock?
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, baby.
I don't really know any of his stuff. Kid Rock.
You know what song you should sing?
What's that?
Jesse is a friend. Yeah, I know he's been a good friend of mine. Lately something's changed. It ain't hard to define. Jesse's got himself a girl and I want to make her mine. 'Cause she's watching him with those eyes. And she's loving him with that body. I know a Philly. And I'm holding her in his arms late at night.
You know, I wish I had Jesse's girl. Jesse's girl. Why can't I find a woman like that? I'll play along with the charade. That doesn't seem to be a reason to change. You know, I feel so dirty when they start talking cute. I want to tell her that I love her, but the point is probably moot.
'Cause she's watching him with those eyes. And she's loving him with that body. I just know it. And he's holding her in his arms late at night.
You know, I wish I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Why can't I find a woman like that? Like Jesse's girl.
Oh, that's so funny. Somebody wanted to sing Picture. You ever hear the song Picture by Sheryl Crow and Kid Rock? I put your picture away, sat down and cried today. You know that song?
Yeah, I've heard it before.
I can't look at you while I'm lying next to her. Ooh.
I get a lot of requests for Bon Jovi.
You do?
Yeah, can you believe that?
Go ahead, let me hear it.
Your heart and you're to blame, honey. You give love a bad name. It's the only part I know, though.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
I play my part and you play your game. Give me one of your staples. Let's go one of your staples since it's a short week. Give me the ones that, people love on your page. Even the Tennessee whiskey. Haven't heard that in a while.
Hey, I posted that one again.
Did you? Tennessee whiskey?
Yeah, and it's doing very, very well. Because I have one where I was sitting in my police car and I sang Tennessee whiskey, and this one is out of uniform on my patio, and it's doing very well. I'll sing that one. Used to spend my nights out in a bar room. Liquor was the only love I've ever known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom, and you brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy, baby. And honey, I've stayed stoned on your love all the time. And you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Oh, Tennessee whiskey, baby. Love that song.
You're as sweet Tennessee whiskey. Everybody loves when you sing that song. They love it. How about Guns N' Roses?
Roses, man.
Free Falling. Somebody else asked for something before. Hold on, let's see. Love your Tennessee whiskey, Phil. Let Phil do Brown Eyed Girl. You do Brown Eyed Girl?
I don't know that one.
My brown eyed girl.
La 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 la. Brown eyed girl. I think I'm gonna try to learn that one and post it.
Yeah, you should. That's a good tune for you. Somebody asked for a little Tim McGraw. You know I got Tim McGraw in me.
Yeah. Spent $48 last night at the county fair. I throwed out my shoulder, but I won her that teddy bear. She got me saying sugar high, honey, darling, and dear. I ain't seen the Braves play a game all year. I'm gonna get fired if I don't get some sleep. My long lost buddies say I'm getting in too deep, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't rise above it. I don't know what it is about that little girl's loving, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. Hey, you remember?
He's got a special on the end of August online. He's doing a concert. If you go to his site, timmcgraw.com, he's got a new album out, and he's doing a whole concert online. I forget what it's called. Something about the earth. I forgot, but we'll be there. We'll be watching it. We're big Tim fans.
Yeah, I want to see that. Hey, you remember Engelbert Humperdinck, right?
So I sing you to sleep after the lovin'.
I was thinking
Engelbert? That's Engelbert, right?
Yeah. I brush back the hair from your eyes, or this one. Please release me, let me go. For I do not love you anymore. To waste our lives would be a sin. Release me and let me love again. I love some.
Good night, sweetheart. Well,
time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but we really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.